up, y'all? It's me, Erika, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erika, and we are down here, honey, to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh my gosh, it was really good. It was good once again. It was good once again. I should actually turn right here. I'm gonna turn right here because I don't feel like fighting with the traffic. They're doing a lot of road work on this street, honey. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by since they're doing road work. So yeah, we are down here, honey, to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm just gonna park right here so no one can park on either side of me. It feels so good, Ghost Rider, on my face. I need to get my car washed. This is ridiculous. Felt something on my head, like lint or something. Okay. So what's up, everybody? It's me, Erika. We are down here, honey. I know this man has been seeing me come down here all this whole time, making videos. And you know, he doesn't nod his head at me. There's another city worker who cleans up the park sometimes, but he's the regular guy. But there's another guy, he's a big dude. He reminds me of who's the dude? Not Bubba Sparks. Who's the other dude? That sounds like Ghostface Killer. He raps, a white dude. Let me see. I'm gonna put in white rapper who sounds like Ghostface Killer. I can't remember his name. Ghostface Killer. Let's see. Action Bronson. Yes, Action Bronson. I knew his name would come up. Yes, because he sounds like Ghostface Killer. That's who the dude looks like. And he's a big dude, right? He be cleaning up the thing, but he always nods, or he just nods. This old he probably knows I call him Cankles with his stovepipe legs, honey. When he be having his shorts on in the summer trying to show his legs off, I could see his little cankles, honey. That's probably why he don't speak. He probably heard me say that he had cankles. Because he doesn't speak. I have coffee today. I'm kind of mad because when I added the creamer, it kind of cooled the coffee down. I'm kind of not happy about that. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It was actually really good. Once again, Kyle was not letting Crystal breathe at all, which I want to know, like, why is she like, absolutely not? I thought it was funny when they tried to let Kyle know about how she was acting with Sutton, and she was like, no, girl. You was an asshole. Like, grabbing on Sutton. Everybody talked about that. I really liked this, the questioning. I really liked it because I felt like they weren't holding back, especially on the questions like the racism, the microaggressions, Lisa Rinna. I loved how they did each package I felt like it was so organized. I really did. I don't know who produced this reunion, but I felt like it was very organized, and I love organized. It felt like it flowed. It went from one person to the next. And then I felt like Garcelle was feeling like they showed a lot of clips of her looking like she was on the verge of tears. Seemed uncomfortable. Your eyes get watery and stuff like that. She said it was difficult to talk about Jax. Diana was saying that she's going to file an investigation to clear her name. And then, Lisa and, who was it? Lisa and Erika were off to the side talking about, how it's divisive when they do stuff like that. It causes division between the women. I do not appreciate how Lisa Rinna was able to skirt over the question about why do you treat the other women so poorly and why do you treat the other women so poorly? What was your excuse for treating all those other women the way that you treated them? Your mom didn't die all those other times. So I did like their package on each of them. I thought it was really good. Garcelle tells Diana, I just want to be left alone. Do you see how white women are a trip? Let me tell you something. Calling a white woman evil off over calling her a see you next Tuesday. You call a white woman a see you next Tuesday, she is going to call 911. If you call her evil, she'll probably take it as a compliment. But when you put them together, you're like, oh, no, I think evil is worse than being called a see you next Tuesday. Girl, never in the history of the world has that been worser than calling somebody a see you next Tuesday, especially white women. Especially white women. I think in Canada, maybe the see you next Tuesday, it stings for the black girls, but that's something, the black women being like offended by see you next Tuesday, that's something new. That is something really very, very, very new. See you, and then especially like, well, I don't even want to get into it. But anyways, they were sitting up there lying and saying that evil was worse than see you next Tuesday. What about when you called the girl soulless? Whatever. What do you want to say anything to clear that up? Sutton says, no, I don't want to, I don't need to clear it up. I'm very clear on our non-relationship, right? You were always going after me. That's what we said on our reviews. We said that, Lisa, okay, yeah, we get it. Your mom died and you went through all this stuff, but then why weren't you taking it out on anybody else? You only took it out on one person. And I'm glad that Sutton said you only took it out on me. Who was saying something? Diana. Also, that's what Sutton, not Sutton. That's what Diana said about Garcelle. Garcelle said that you were always coming after her. It was the same. It was the thing, and then that's when Erika was like, I thought it was weird that that they literally said to Garcelle, you sticking up for Sutton keeps us from getting close to you. Did you hear what you just said? Sticking up for your friend is keeping us from getting to know you, because what we really want you to do is shut your ass up while we coming for your friend. So girl, we don't want to get to know you because you keep sticking up for her, and we really want you to be quiet. A mess. So she filed a complaint against John Doe. This is Diana. They're going to uncover who did this. I can afford it. I have privilege to do that, and I'm going to find out. I don't want to talk about her anymore. I don't, because it's like that. It's exhausting, and this is the reason. Like, it's exhausting because we're gonna keep going in circles. You're gonna keep thinking that the things that I did to you are far more tragic than the things you did to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what is the point, girl? You're the victim, okay? You're the victim, okay? Okay, great. I don't want to talk about her anymore. I was with Garcelle. Get that lady out of here. They break for lunch. That's when Erika and Lisa were in the back talking about how, the bots, they were like, oh my God, girl, she really said that one of us, like she thought it was one of us. Right. And she was like, yeah, that's what they want. They want to cause division. Girl, shut up. Sutton and Garcelle are in Garcelle's dressing room. Garcelle's getting her makeup touched up. Yeah, because it looked like she was like, they showed her little eyes were like watering. Garcelle said, I'm not going to stop until I find out who sent those bots. I don't know if you'll ever find out. That's going to, I don't know. We'll see. Sutton says, I don't understand what Crystal was saying. I don't know what she was talking about. I don't know what Crystal was talking about. Crystal, girl, I don't know if Crystal coming back next season. Did they already say? I guess we won't know until the last episode of the reunion. We'll know if the girls are coming back, because usually they start, like, once the reunion wraps, they like usually start filming in like 4 weeks after that. Like they start like 6 weeks after they film the reunion, they start filming again. So it's something very close to the end of the reunion. Like, damn, they're filming already. Because I know that Atlanta has been filming, and they said that they don't like Martell. I am, when I tell you, like, I feel like Martell has infiltrated a club and a fucking bitch let him in. I do not like that. I do not like the fact that I feel disgusted that Martell is on Bravo. And that Sheree brought him there. She's a fucking treasonous bitch. Like, she's whack. She's so whack. Anyways, this is not even about them. Whack motherfuckers. Really whack. Ugh, why would you bring him over there? Like, no. And I'm surprised they actually let her back. Anyways, Kyle and Dorit and Crystal. Well, Kyle and Dorit are in the room. They're eating lunch, and Kyle is saying how like Crystal is really up there lying, like really trying to change the story. There was no real dark story. And then she was like, "Girl, what about when Andy was like on Watch What Happens Live? You said it was something even worse than that." And then Kyle was like, and she tried to say that wasn't that. What she tried to say that didn't happen either. She was like, and to Andy. That's what Dorit was like to him. Like, yeah. Like, you have to be like, that's crazy. Like, you're telling me that's gaslighting. Girl, you're going to tell me that did not happen? And we watching it together. And you're like, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like, Crystal is a trip. Kyle was not having it at all. And she was like, she tried to tell Andy she didn't say that. On his own damn show. They come back after lunch. Kyle lets us know that she got some tattoos, cute little tattoos. She said it was a 18 for her. All of her daughters have an 18 in their birthday. She got a heart, probably for Mauricio. Good girl. Don't get, shout out to the girls who have their husbands' names tattooed on you. Shout out to the girls who have their man's name, his nickname, his other nickname, his street name tattooed on you. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. But me personally, as a person who enjoys a tattoo or two, that has never been a desire of mine. It's so funny, the decisions that you make about like relationships and things like that. And when I've made missteps in relationships, right, in choosing relationships, one thing I will never ever do, no man's name is going to be on my, what? Oh my God. That goes against like my soul contract. Do you understand me? Like, tattoo a man. I wouldn't even get my grandfather's name tattooed on me. Now, I might get something that symbolizes them, right? I have a tattoo that symbolizes my grandfather, right? But no names. So that little heart was probably for Mauricio. And then she got a moon with 4 stars or 3 stars. How many daughters does Kyle have? A star for each daughter. We'll put it like that. She says that, that story that Erika told about meeting PK at the Berlin Film Festival, that was weird. Like, I wouldn't have, that wasn't timed right. That was weird. Garcelle, she's finally the proud owner of a Birkin. Her house that's on the beach, she hasn't had much progress with that. You need permits for stuff. I know people have been saying because of, I don't know if it's still like that now in terms of shipping and stuff like that, since it's been 2 years. So I don't know if people are still having delays and things like that in getting materials to build. She talks about a little bit about her book. She shares the story with her and Bill Cosby, and how basically she just followed her intuition, followed her gut. And she says that's ironically the name of that chapter is, I guess, Listen to Your Gut. I haven't read Garcelle's book. If y'all read Garcelle's book, let me know what you think about it in the comments. They talked about Erika throwing the book in the trash. It was actually Lisa Rinna who threw the book in the trash, and Erika took the heat. She was very proud of herself that she took the heat all these months for throwing that book in the trash, and two, for all the stuff that was around it. It looked like such a staged photograph, right? Like, here's the book just in this trash bin with all kind of stuff in it. I was like, oh my God. It was Lisa who actually did it. What happened was Amelia is in Garcelle's book. And that's, to me, I thought it was very weird because it had just happened. But I guess, she's talking about her time on the show. And Lisa Rinna did not like that. Lisa Rinna was upset. The kids are off limits and this and that. So when they made the second edition of the book and the audio book, they took the mention of Lisa Rinna's daughter out of the book. So that's it. Apparently, and Erika was mad because Garcelle used that clip of when she told Erika, I don't have to make you look bad. You do that well on your own. And she didn't like that. That's why she was mad, and she posted the book like, bitch, I bet you'll see this. So that they were going back and forth, and Garcelle didn't look happy about that. But I mean, I don't know why she mentioned the girl. I would have just said Lisa's daughter or something like that. Or I don't know. Garcelle was filming with Lisa Vanderpump, bitch. I said, oh, you on the hit list. Bitch, you on the motherfucking hit list. No, you are not bringing Lisa Vanderpump back, girl, and filming with her because her I almost called Garcelle's son a whore. I almost called Garcelle's son her whore son. I almost said that. Anyways, her son has a job with Lisa Vanderpump. Garcelle was using her connections. Girl, my son needs a job. Can you hook him up? So that he works with Lisa Vanderpump. And she's been filming, and everybody was looking like pissed. I need to go back and watch that season. And how Lisa was with Lisa Vanderpump. I need to go back and watch that season because I just need to go back and watch that season. I'm glad. I want her to be back. Kim need to come back. I don't know why Kyle hasn't brought Kim around. Because that's who. And did you hear Lisa was like, put me on pause. I don't care. No. Don't put her on pause. Bring back Lisa Vanderpump. Thanks, Garcelle. Shout out to you. Now that's how you bring somebody back, Sheree, you dummy. And then bring back Kim Richards. For Lisa, specifically for Lisa Rinna. Yes, that bitch. And then when they went off of Garcelle's package, she kind of looked like her eyes were watering. She just seemed like she wasn't she wasn't having a good time. They talked with Lisa Rinna. They did her package. Lisa Rinna's package was so small. That shows you she's literally a friend, a main cast member, but just basically a friend of the show. Because she had no storyline, nothing to talk about. We talked about Garcelle's book. We talked about Bill Cosby. We talked about her son. We talked about her house. We talked about all these things. Lisa Rinna, we talked about your mama and the way that you treated people since your mom died. And then she said she should have took the time off. She did the best she could. Exactly. Somebody said academics has never been with a woman he hasn't paid for. Exactly. Or the bitch was blind. Anyways, she says, her mother left her some, her little trinkets she was talking about. And they were like, so what was the reason that you went after Lisa Vanderpump, Kim, and LVP? What was your excuse for being disgusting to them? She didn't have she was like, well, I'm going through with my therapy, and, You know, well, Erika, you talked to her. She talked to you about acting out. Did you, talk to her? Yes, Lisa, Rinna, and I have had, private conversations and blah, blah, blah. What did you think? What would your mom think of you? What did your mom think of you and your behavior on the show? My mom never judged me. She thought I was a hoot. I'm sure she did. Every crow thinks theirs is the blackest. That's what my grandmother used to always say. Every crow thinks theirs is the blackest. Sutton, they talked about Sutton and the Elton John, and how she never got a thank you. Um, what did she say that she felt bad for saying? Oh, about Dorit and the French designer. Sutton said she felt really bad about saying that. It wasn't like putting a gun to my head. But then at the same time, they did not acknowledge that, it was a trauma response, right? So she kind of like ignores, when she hears things like that. It's kind of like, go over it, it's no big deal. So she said she was really sorry for that. She was like, I really regret that. I cannot stand that I said that. I really regret that. I believed her. Dorit accepted her apology. um what about you pushing and pulling on Sutton, Kyle? Good, no. No. Stop laughing because it's not funny. Well, Sutton and I, we have this thing where, she says, "Ow, I'm fragile." Yeah, she does. Like, we've seen them. But Kyle does have a tendency, like Elaine Bennis, to get rough with people. And she was extremely rough. And, like, we're not going to act like, I'm not going to give Kyle any grace, but she was drunk. Okay, but that's not an excuse for you to put your hands on somebody and be violent. But I feel like it was just an over exaggeration of what she already does with Sutton. So maybe you need to just keep your hands off of Sutton playfully, because when you're drunk, you get a little rough. You do. And she was like, you mishandled me. She said, what do you guys think about how she was doubting your miscarriages? And she was like, yeah, I don't know. Kyle seemed to get away with some stuff during Sutton's package, because Kyle and Lisa Rinna. Kyle is not as overt with Sutton, right? It's very slick the way she is with Sutton. She doesn't believe her. She's handsy with her. She takes somebody else's side over hers. They really have a problem with Sutton, and I think that's why, again, with Garcelle, they don't want Garcelle in the way of that. They want to be able to go after Sutton. And I'm so glad that Sutton and Garcelle are like really friends and have really became friends to the point where they hang out outside of the show. That's what I like to see. Like, y'all really hang out. Y'all not just coming here, what's really sad is, like, New Jersey, they only come together to film. They're not, and they're family, girl. They're family. Okay? They only come together to film, and that's it. Can you imagine just coming together with your family just to film for 3 months and then be done with them after? Oh my God. No, I don't want to film with y'all. I can't even imagine that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But people, that money. Do you think that Sutton be saying things that are trying to be relatable, or do you think that she's trying to one up people? This is something that I had to work on. I don't know. Like, she's a Virgo. I wouldn't attribute it to being a Virgo. I don't know what I would attribute it to, but there's two types of people. There's two people. There's one who always has to tell you that I've gone through it too, right? I've gone through it, right? To be relatable, or they have a similar experience. And then there's the other person who tries to tell you like, their story. After you share your story, they want to tell you another story that's a little bit more fantastical than yours. We call them one-uppers, right? They like to one up. Girl, so loud. They like to one up what you just told them. I don't get that from Sutton. I felt like Sutton was trying to be relatable in the situation, both situations with Diana, where she told her about her miscarriages and she told her about, my father died, suddenly, when people die suddenly, how it feels. And both times they felt like she was trying to make it about herself. And I don't feel like, now I felt like if she would have elaborated, right, then she would be making it about herself. But if she's like, yeah, I had 3 miscarriages too. Yeah, I understand. Like, and that was it. Like, I'm just sharing with you. Like, I know what it's like, what you're going through. I can feel what you're going through. I've had the same experience too. But if Sutton if Sutton was like, yeah, girl, I had 3 miscarriages and I was bleeding, almost died, and she just kept going, then I would feel like, okay, girl, you're making it about yourself. I don't even like the way that they asked Garcelle, do you think Sutton makes things about herself? And she's like, sometimes. I mean, like, what's the big deal? Look at all the crows. All the crows are out. Garcelle, yeah, okay. And then she says, but why is Sutton a liability to Garcelle? And she says, well, there's just an obstruction it keeps us from getting to know her. Well, is Erika a liability to Lisa? Garcelle has never had to walk Sutton out because she was too drunk to socialize, And then you see how they like diminish, like it's so bad when you do it, but when I do it, it's no big deal, right? So Erika goes, yeah, we're all different. Hooray. So if we're all different, and why is my demonstration worser? Why is it's so bad, but when you do it, it's no big deal? Girl, that's what they always do. They always do that. And they were like, I'm glad that Crystal chimed in, because they were like, all 4 of you do the same thing. Y'all do it way more than Sutton and Garcelle do it. Y'all do it way more than they do it. They do. And they were looking like, yeah, no, bitch. Y'all are Fox Force 5. What is it? Fox Force 5? Fox 5. They got that from Pulp Fiction. Fox 5. Fox Force 5. If not more, right? The Elton John and the sauce thing. That's the reason why Sutton did that. We all said that. We all knew the reason why Sutton did that, because Lisa acted like she needed 1,000 thank yous. I cannot stand a person who acts like they're doing they're like, extending a kind gesture, and then they expect you to kiss their ass for the rest of your life after they've done one kind thing. Well, you didn't say thank you. She didn't say thank you. She didn't say thank you. She didn't say thank you. Girl, shut up. How many fucking times do you want somebody to say thank you? I know somebody who used to do that. And be like, damn, why did you do something then? If you want 1,000 thank yous, god damn. Damn. I'm not sure why, Lisa. I'm not quite sure why you hate me. I don't hate you. She's like, you're brutal to me, like a punching bag. You never stopped, and you went after everybody else. You didn't go after anyone else but me, right? I don't consider you a friend. I love it. And it's so fake, because it's like, if you were honest, you would be okay with her saying, I don't consider you a friend. But because you're fake, you're acting like you're so appalled by her saying, I don't want to be your friend. We're not friends. I'm clear on where we stand on our friendship. We're not friends. You went overboard on me for no reason. You didn't go overboard on anyone else. And so Lisa Rinna apologized. I'm truly sorry. I did go after you. I did. So she apologizes for that. And then we didn't even know. And see, this is the thing. Sutton was there for Lisa Rinna while her mother was in hospice. And bitch, you coming after me? She was like, and that's why I thought it was a little weird, because I was like there for you. And it's just like, oh, now you want to act, when you get in front of your friends, you start acting funny. Did you tell your friends I was there for you when your mom was dying? While you over here giving me the blues, bitch? Exactly. She says, you've beaten a dead horse. I've turned into glue. You didn't beat me so much. A dead horse. Dory was like, What does the dead horse mean? She didn't understand it. I didn't know. I did not know. I don't think I knew that glue was made out of hooves. I don't know why I didn't know that. I don't know. But anyways, I really need an apology. I said yes. I really need an apology. I love it. Sutton, do y'all ask for apologies? I think it is hilarious. I need you to apologize for me. Even though I done told you I'm clear on our relationship. I don't want to, I cannot call you a friend. You need to apologize to me. We just need to we need to clear the air, which I appreciate it. I love it because it's a pattern. She was like, I'm sorry. And then she went on, it's a pattern. So you have a pattern of behavior where you just come after me and you don't go for anybody else. Well, put me on ice. Put me on ice. Lisa Rinna, your social media is disastrous. Everybody was waiting for Andy. Everybody was waiting for Andy. Andy better ask Lisa or better tell Lisa about her social media because she's not as bad, nearly as bad. I mean, Candace is not as nearly as bad as Lisa Rinna at all. And that's why everybody was like, Andy better say something to Lisa about her social media. It's disastrous. It is. It is. No impulse control. It's a dopamine hit. Even the negative attention. You see, she didn't want to say it, but that's the studies show. Even the negative attention, that seeing those likes, that's a dopamine rush for everybody, all of us. Okay. You're not exempt from those chemicals being released. Okay. You can't control your body that much. Wouldn't that be awesome? But you can't necessarily control a dopamine activation, right? And that's what happens with social media. And that's why it's hard for people to move away from social media because it's an immediate, effort, reward. You're rewarded. Those likes, that's an acknowledgement. The comments, whether they're negative, it was crazy because she couldn't even deny that even the negative attention she's charged up by. It's real. She says, oh, did you hear Andy? He was like, you even coming after production? He was like, how do you think that that's gonna, and he didn't even finish his sentence, but bitch, do you think that's gonna be good for you when you online talking about production? Why you just didn't call them? You could have easily called them and said, hey guys, I did not like the way I was portrayed in this part. Easily, but no, you went to social media. And they're like, it's in your control. All she could say, well, yeah, well, just give me a chance. Are you going to give up on social media? She was like, no, I don't know. It's hard. And then they were like, yeah, from the doxing to the racial microaggressions, maybe you need to be put on pause. Put me on pause. I don't care. Put me on pause. What about the IG post where you called the women hoes? She was like, well, that was not to them. That was more to the haters and the trolls. Garcelle says sometimes the things you can say can have racist undertones. And that's true. That's what a microaggression is. And for you to act like you don't know what it means, the way that you told the women, go watch the women in Dubai. Oh, you would have really showed your hand if you said Potomac. But you knew what you was doing. Get you a multicultural cast where the majority of the people, half of the people on the shore are black. Go watch Dubai with your black asses. That's what she really wanted to say. Yeah, saying Potomac would have showed your hand. That's why it's just a little bit. It's a little. You know exactly what you were doing. And the insulting people's intelligence by saying, oh, I don't know. I can't see it. But then Crystal chimes in and says, that's what I was talking about. And all I was reminded of, I'm sorry, all I was reminded of is this energy that when things are happening to black women, nobody says anything, Things happen to women of color, people chime in, right? But then there's times when you need the black woman in a space so that you could hop on her back and be like, that's what I was talking about, right? Kyle said, but that's not true. Kyle was not. Kyle was like, that's not true. Kyle was like, Kyle said, no, that was different. She was like, Kyle, you have to stop. She said, no, you have to stop because what you actually said wasn't actually what existed. You didn't say nothing. So she was like, no, you have to stop. You can't keep doing this and this and that. Andy goes, well, I feel like y'all are talking about two different stories. You are. And that's the point. She wants you to be stuck on questioning her feelings, right? But she won't say what was said, right? So now she's saying that what she said felt dark, but it wasn't specific. So Kyle is like, no, bitch, nothing you said happened. There was no dark moment. You wanted to save yourself, period. So no, that except it's not. Kyle was not letting her have it. She was like, Andy says, I feel like we're having two different conversations. You are, but that's the point. You're not supposed to focus on the dark comment. Now, we don't know what Sutton said, right? Now, if it was a microaggression, then it was subtle. Not that, that's like, oh, you're so articulate type of shit. You know what I mean? One is there was a comment made and it was dark. Then it moved to your feelings and your version of the truth. So now you can't question someone's truth and you can't question someone's feelings. So let's move away from her actually saying something, exaggerate and say it was dark. But when everybody asks you what was actually said, you say it was nothing that was said. It was how I felt. So you can't question how I feel. See how you do that? She did a little razzle dazzle on your ass. Y'all wasn't ready for that. Crystal's is ready with the deflection and the tactics. She really is. Dorit asked, do y'all believe, feel, think that any of us are racist here? Garcelle said no. Crystal was like, it's subtle. And then Erika, she calls herself explaining it, and that's the gag. Because if Erika were to say something that would be considered a microaggression, if you brought her to her attention, she probably wouldn't be able to understand why. I don't get what do you mean? But in this case, she's very clear on what a microaggression is. Something subtle, right? That can have great impact. And then Garcelle says to all of us, yes, to all of you. They want to, this is it. That was the end of the episode. What Kathy is on her way, honey. Kathy is on her way. She hops out the damn truck, the SUV truck, and has her slippers on, honey. She's going to get ready. Kyle says she doesn't want to drink because she has to prepare herself for this. Garcelle and Crystal and Sutton are going to get shots, right? They're going to have shots. It's not over. So we have one more part left. It was actually good. You guys let me know what you think. I feel like Kyle got away with some stuff, and I feel like Lisa got away. I feel like they got away with stuff, but I still appreciate them talking about the obvious things and not trying to gloss over things and actually answering. So I feel like they do listen to like the viewers. They read the tweets. They read the comments. I feel like they do that. I appreciate the questioning. I do. I think it was whoever produced this reunion, so far, I feel like they've done a great job. It's paced. Everybody is getting time. There's not any kind of lull moments where I feel like it's like everybody's like a little awkward. Of course, they've taken those out, but I feel like it just has been flowing really well. Overall, I thought the episode was good. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the episode. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Protect your innocence too. Listen. Lisa, she talking about all I have is the truth, talking to herself. Girl, shut up. I love how they showed that clip of Sutton saying that Lisa Rinna, you have to take the soap opera out of her. It's so she's such a soap opera, and it's real. That's why I'm like, you're an actress. Girl, get out of here. How you acting like you're so appalled that Sutton doesn't want to be cool with you? No. She said to put her on pause, honey. Anyways, y'all, I'm out of here. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.